From out of the woods comes a strange man saving one of the big heroes of G.I. Joe. It's an iconic scene from the very first cartoon series. And now it's been recreated. But there's a catch. Join me now as I look at Super 7's G.I. Joe Reaction Figures Arctic Rescue Vehicle with Snake Eyes and Blind Woodsman. So this is not going to be a review, but more of an observation. So let me get down to brass tacks. So let me take a look at this first. In the first G.I. Joe cartoon, the mass device, Snake Eyes is trapped in a cave. He gets out and is very irradiated. He's glowing red and walks right past the Cobra troops who are afraid to touch him. He falls, gets attacked by a polar bear. We won't get into that whole mess, but just bear with me, okay? Then this man comes along who is blind and basically cattle prods the polar bear away. It's kind of silly when you look at it now, but it was kind of a cool scene when you're a kid. Old man rescues Snake Eyes with his dog sled, takes him off to his cabin, wraps him up in some herbs of some kind that somehow cure him from the radiation, and then here we go. And it's one of those crazy scenes that's like out of nowhere, and it's fun. It's cool in its context, even though it's totally unrealistic. But it was a very iconic scene. So Super 7 has decided to release a Arctic rescue vehicle based on that scene with the blind woodsman and his giant cattle prod or whatever it is, and the dogs, and of course Snake Eyes that glows red in the dark. What a cool idea. I liked it, and I got really excited when this got announced. It was really cool because it's one of those things it's like you never expect to see. And granted, the figures are 5 points of articulation. That's a downer, but you know, I did get real excited until I saw the price tag on this thing. And as you can see from their website, this is directly from their website, $75. Now, I know plastics and all that has gone up, but come on, this is ridiculously priced. And I could see going for it for 30, maybe even 40, but 75 is just ridiculous. I don't understand what has happened in the toy market that we are justifying these insane prices. And that's kind of what my observation is. You could release a Sky Striker for less, and they have released a Sky Striker for less. I'm not counting about the HasLab crowdfunding one. I'm talking about, just a regular Sky Striker. This, to me, it's painful. It's really, really painful to look at because it's a nice item. It looks like it's done cheaply, which it should be. That's almost the appeal of it. And I don't know, Super 7, their average figure, 5 points of articulation, $18. And that is really high too. I remember when the reaction lines first started coming out, and they were around $10, and there was a bit of novelty. My recollection was it started with Aliens, and then there were some other properties from the early 80s, and there was a bit of novelty to it. It was kind of fun, and you pick up one or two and it'll be alright. Now it's like they literally are, it looks like they've done everything in the world from Run DMC to Universal Monsters to, it just seems like they're just putting out anything they can. And yeah, I get that, but at the same time, $18 is not a price I'm willing to pay for these kinds of things, and I'm surprised anybody does. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how we're fueling this, but I know this is not sustainable at all. It's gonna implode again, like it does always with these incredibly high prices. I'm sure they're making money now somehow, some way. Some people have disposable incomes. I mean, I'm not knocking people for what they spend their money on. At the same time, I'm like looking at it from a budgetary stance, and I'm like, it's a cool item, but not worth that $75. There's no way. I can't justify that in my mind, my own mind, let alone anyway. So that's an easy pass for me. At the same time, I guess I just wanted to address some of the aspects I see going on in the world of toy collecting, which is making toy collecting not enjoyable anymore. It really isn't. It's kind of becoming a chore just to find a figure that you like, or a place or something that you like that you can add to your collection that isn't like costing the mortgage of your house. It's gotten out of hand. Will that change? I gotta hope so. I mean, there has to be an end point where it's like, nope, this isn't gonna sell. We gotta bring the prices down. Prices come down, and then we're back to normalcy. Although the price increases have been going pretty steady since 2000, and I don't see them slowing down. It's causing me a lot of problems. I mean, I definitely am not collecting as much Star Wars as I used to, because price is jacked too high. Still getting a few here and there, but not nearly the way I did, and probably never will again, and that's just the point. But again, just addressing the issue more or less, and just acknowledging it. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for listening to Infinite Realms and watching Infinite Realms, and don't forget to like and subscribe.